We know that in Zimbabwe, its earnings season is quite in full swing. Let's talk us through the performance of the bourse with all these results coming out.
Morning. Yeah, what we've seen in the market, we have seen very little reaction from the market. I think really it's the inelastic nature of the market currently. I think the market is dependent on mainly the big caps to move it up, and we've seen very little movement in those counters. So we expect the same sort of trend to continue. And also we're finding investors are pretty much trying to maximize on their payoffs, and they're waiting for more results to come out before they really make their move.
A company out with the results was Turnalls. Half-year results there, with revenue down 16.5%, profit after tax are down about 33%. Talk us through the environment there that Turnalls is currently providing, in the kind of environment that it is currently trading in, and where you see Turnalls going forward.
Okay, Turnalls is really it's a manufacturing company in the fiber cement roofing and piping products. And their thrust really in terms of income and revenue, their business model is dependent on what is happening in the microeconomy, especially in the infrastructure and development sector. We've seen that there's been a slowdown in those sectors in terms of construction, especially in the piping area where Turnalls is really strong. And we've also seen a slight jump in the building sector, which really commanded much of their revenue for Turnalls. But also, given their results, you find that they're still sagging on quite a huge debt, which really is a problem for the metrics for them making a better margin in their revenue.
Well, the mining index ended flat in yesterday's trading session, but we do have BNC. That company faces a liquidation really on the back of its staff delaying getting the whole rights offer money. Talk us through the kind of situation that is playing out at BNC.
Okay, as you know, BNC Bindura, I think the shareholders that actually approved a rights issue, 21 million rights issue in June. But however, that rights issue was dependent on whether the creditors and the staff take up the offer for shares. And so you find the staff really still yet to decide on what to take, whether to take up the offer or not. And that delay is really keeping the company at bay in terms of it accessing the cash from the rights issue. So really, in terms of their day-to-day operations, I think they're down to zero in terms of cash, so it might actually force them to close down if this delay continues.
Well, another company under pressure right now is Realism, but it expects to be debt-free next year. But we know that it is currently going under a lot of pressure. It has defaulted on some of its current commitments.
Yes, I think basically Rio, in their proposal after the rights issue, they did get their money, 11.6 million. But I think they faced a few delays in what they were hoping to get from the sales of their metals, and mainly it's to do with the logistical issues, whereby the deliveries from the refineries to the international markets is pretty much causing that delay. So they then revisited their payoff in terms of how they want to retire the debts. I think it's delaying in terms of the cash that they receive from the markets.
And looking at the rest of the week, it's Tuesday. Econet and Delta seem to be quite the favorites on the stock market. Are these stocks that you're perhaps looking at this stage?
Yeah, I think in terms of given their cash generating capacity and also basically them being connected in terms of their characteristics, they're very close to the economy, and I think everyone loves the counters. So we expect the thrust to continue in terms of Delta, but however, in terms of performance price-wise, I don't think it'll change much. We expect it to remain inelastic. I think all information that is needed to be known about those companies is in the market already, and it's very symmetric to what the market expects.